Welcome back to another work party. Now where I'm stood, just last weekend, buried onto maybe there. You can see on the wall where the dark patch is. So this is the far side of the Bolton Bridge, and copers would have gone on that way. Most people would never have stood here. It would have been blocked off by water because the towpath doesn't continue under the bridge this side, only that side. So, we had, amazingly, during the week we had some volunteers come down and they've actually cleared out some of it. They've cleared this out better, and mainly they've dug out the first lock by about a foot or two. So, there's a huge earth embankment being built there, over there, which is going to have its uses in the future. We're rebuilding fences right now to secure off the site when we're done. We're digging out the locks today. There's a lot of work that's going to go on. So, I'd best get to it. All the volunteers, there's a staggering amount of volunteers that have come today, probably the most I've ever seen. So it's going to get an awful lot of work done today.
And it won't be safe.
I'm going to stop it there. This whole video goes on for about 12 minutes, so I think I'm going to speed it up. But what music should I play? Calm? Relaxing? Nah, I'm going to go for some dramatic stuff.
don't want to. Yeah.
Oh. Lisa.
Yeah.
So, one of the great things about having so many volunteers, there's always somebody nice enough to bring snacks like cupcakes, and we've always got infinite brews. But let's have a look around the side. So if I show you down here this way, there's lots of infill and plant life that's just been dug up, and that's getting tipped, so that's now flattened off the area and you can see the locks a lot better. Now the locks have also been dug out a lot better. Don't mess. The locks have been dug out a lot better now. And if we come along this way,
Go at it, yeah. That's where I'm going.
over here, we've got a brilliant guy come down, jet washing some of the walls for free for us, which is brilliant. Far side of the bridge has been done, and this wall down here has been done, and the colour of the bricks compared to how they were are just fabulous. So he's come down, happily volunteered himself for it. We've got a lot of work done there. So, we're going to carry on round site now. Tea break's nearly over. So going to carry on round site. We're rebuilding some of the fencing now because a lot of the earth banks have gone and all that. So, I'll go around site, film around, show you what's going on, and we'll catch up with you in a bit. Have a look at this. This is beautiful. Now, do you remember this wall? You would have seen it a few weeks ago. This wall, well, it was covered up in dirt. Hi, just getting some work done. Plenty of work going on, as you can see. Now, this wall was covered up with 8 feet of infill. This wall, we actually had no idea this even existed about a month ago. So it's fabulous to see. But we had that guy come in and jet wash. And look at how brilliantly it's come up, all the dirt's come off. Okay, it does need repointing, it's been buried for decades. I'd be surprised if it didn't. And there's a few bricks that have perished and the fronts have popped off, so we're going to need some work on them. But look at the colour of the bricks, we weren't expecting them to look this brilliantly. And of course we've... Blue engineering. Ah, that's it. And the actual bridge is made out of blue engineering bricks, as Manny just told me, which are a beautiful type of brick. They normally don't look good on the road, but on that bridge they just look brilliant. They've come up wonderfully. And of course this stone's come on. Now next week I'm not going to be here unfortunately because we're not working, but the guy said he'd come down again and he's going to do all the copers and all the stone walls that he hasn't been able to do today. He could only come down for a short time. So next time when we come here, all these beautiful stone walls will be nice and clean and look like when they were just built. Problem is, one little thing about jet washing, just the mud is ridiculous. But it'll clean up. It's all clay around here, so water just sticks. But plenty of work going on around site right now, so let's show you around. And I'll just put a compilation of work that's going on. So, I just wanted to show you this. Now when we've been going around site, we've found hundreds and hundreds of bricks. All different kinds, handmade bricks, perished bricks, broken bricks, old bricks, new bricks. But there's a specific type of brick I like keeping my eye out for because they're always interesting. Now you might think, what on earth is interesting about a brick? Well, sometimes they can be quite a lot. These ones, okay, so apparently these ones aren't, but these are similar to what I'm keeping an eye out for, colliery bricks. Now these are from a named brickworks around here somewhere, but what we're keeping an eye out for is colliery bricks. Now there must be hundreds of these along the canal. But what is a colliery brick? You see, when they used to sink the collieries, the coal mines, almost always, because clay and coal, they kind of go hand in hand, they'd find clay. Now they could just dig it out of the way and throw it, but instead of that they used to make bricks out of it. And they used to make all different types of bricks. They'd make really rough ones to really nice ones. Beamish Living Museum has got a tram stop, a beautiful wall made up of individual colliery bricks. And you'd get all these different colours from light brown to near black because of the different types of clay. And we're keeping an eye out for them because we're kind of tempted to do something similar. In fact, these two bricks here, this is a Fletcher Great Lever, and this one is a Phillipston Bolton brick. We're going to put these to one side. You see, what we're going to do is we're going to get patterns of these made so that these bricks can be remade, you know, wooden stamps. So these bricks can be remade so we can use them around site because these have come out the walls and everything. They're vitrified, so they're brilliant. They'll last pretty much forever. And we're keeping an eye out for more because we want to try and use original types of bricks, like handmade bricks and all that for the site. Keep everything original. So I'm going to put these somewhere safe so they don't get chucked over the edge. And we'll have a look around all the stuff that's happening on site. Mainly today it's tidying up and work on the locks is started. And obviously I'm sat somewhere where you wouldn't have been able to see me just even a month ago. I couldn't have sat here, so it's brilliant. And now that the wall's been cleaned up, which I'll show in a second, the whole site's looking an awful lot tidier. So, these fences have now been put in. Liam and Manny have been working really hard on the fences further up and now down here. There's a smooth line of fence all the way along. You're not going to get any idiots on motorbikes or stuff like that getting through this. Nobody builds fences better than Manny. So, we've got these done now. Site's now nice and secure. We're going to get up there, do some more fencing, as well as all the other stuff we've got to do. A lot of work still to go, but everything's coming together beautifully. So, well, we've been all working around site. John and Wendy have been here on the bullnose, and they've done a brilliant job so far. They've cleared all this off, trying to expose the brickwork. We're going to get some people in. I think it's Bolton College. They've got some people trained in bricklaying. They're going to actually come down here as part of the training and relay all of this. Teach them some techniques with all the bricks and lime mortar, stuff like that. It's brilliant. And they've done a good job so far. What they're going to do is come all the way around, expose the foundations of the bullnose, all the stone, try and expose all the brickwork. So when the bricks are redone, we can actually just easily put in the new stone facades for the actual bullnose itself. Done a brilliant job so far. So congratulations to them. It's looking a lot better already. Have a look at this. I just got this pointed out to me by John. This is actually a bird's nest. It's abandoned, there's nothing in it. There's a plant growing out of it, so it's been there for a while. But when this was all infilled, some bird must have come in and made itself a nest here. There's traces of eggshells in there, so whatever's in there must have hatched and fledged. So that's really nice to see. Just a little nest, just nestled in here, nice and safe. We had absolutely no idea it was there, so it's really good. Something, right, so we're studying the top lock of the actual locks themselves, and this behind me is the gate recess. It goes all the way along here, can't see it on the camera, to over here where the actual hinge point was. But I've never seen gate recesses like this before because they've got this cutting, and this is where the sluice would have been. So the gate had a sluice behind it, which is extremely odd. I've never seen something like that before, but these massive gates, there's two of them, there's another on the other side, they've closed up, another one further down there, and the water level would have dropped, allowing the boat to go through. You can see the original height right up here of where it was up to, and on the other side you couldn't even see the lock gate recess before. It's a fair amount extra to go down, obviously, but we're not going to be digging that out at the moment. But it's nice to see all this beautifully dressed stonework. They didn't need to, but they did. It's lovely. But I best get out of the way in case another dump truck comes through, because this is the main forest through. So, just break away, show you some of the volunteers have been working down here, clearing up this wall. So I've stood water line, be about here.
I've seen you before then.
So where I'm stood right now would be underwater normally. And this wall's in very good condition, like most of the canal where it's been buried. They've been clearing up top, cleared down here. It's a lot better now. You can see this wall now. Beautiful sight.
Hey.
And a lot's been happening.
Oh yeah.
So, I will show you something interesting we found over there. So, something interesting about this canal. We had a digger come down here to go through so we can line it. And look at this. The bottom of the canal isn't lined with clay like we thought. It's lined with brick. Or brick rubble in clay, which is very, very unusual. I've never seen that before, and not many people have. The canals are normally lined with puddled clay. Clay that was put on the bottom and then squashed down to watertight. And there was loads of different variations. Some of them used wood, like the aqueducts. I know they use wood lined with clay. And there's a canal in Scotland that uses wool sheets with clay on top, which is fascinating. But I've never seen brick used before like this. It must be because of how unstable the landscape was. They had a more firm base than just normal clay. But it was an unexpected sight. None of us thought that would be that. And it is following the contour of the canal, so this is definitely the base. Quite interesting, actually. So, lots of volunteers are putting in a lot of work today. It's starting to slow down now because we're reaching the end of the day. I thought I'd show these. So, you know I showed that bridge number earlier. The actual bridges are all numbered wrong on this canal. British Waterways, when they renumbered them, numbered them wrong. So, the decision was made today to remove the old bridge numbers. Made a cast iron. Here they are. There's two, the matching pair. I'm keeping these. Bridge numbers are quite useful. You can, and they look quite nice. But yeah, we've now got the original bridge number all painted up. Looks lovely. Got a few coats of paint on it, so it looks good. Well, we've got these off now, and eventually all the bridges on this canal will be renumbered with the correct numbers, which means there's an awful lot of bridge numbers to get. So, yeah, got these off. They weren't that hard to get out, and we'll probably put a new bridge number matching on the other side of this bridge. Awful lot of work done today. For some reason, we've got so much work done today, it actually feels like we've done the full work party. It honestly does. But we're going to be back tomorrow. Let's fly around site, show you around, and let's have a look around. today. We'll give you a tour around the moment. I'll do that tomorrow. Well, tomorrow morning when I get here. So, brilliant day. Got a lot done. A heck of a lot done. Locks have started to be dug out. Bullnose is clear. The actual thing's now level. It's brilliant. Absolute tons of work done. Thank you to all the volunteers. And we will be back here tomorrow. Just wanted to show you something. It was dug out of the canal. A bottle. Now you know what I'm like with bottles, I always like to show them. But this one's a little bit interesting. This is an old, maybe 60s, 70s bottle. But it has its original cork. Now this would have been a fizzy drinks bottle back in the day. Rubber cork, the rubber's now long since perished, but the actual thing screws up and it actually screws tight. So I'm going to get this bottle cleaned up and show some pictures of it along with a few other bottles that we found because I like doing that. Yeah, still on the Meccano Bridge. Been a brilliant day, very productive. We shall see you tomorrow. It's going to be a long one. So, welcome to Sunday. Tea break's currently going on, so it's having a brew. Had some of the volunteers already down here, some of them have been down as early as 8:30, and we've had this wall cleared up. This is where the stone was stolen from the canal, where I'm still there should be stone, well sat. That's been stolen, went to the Leeds and Liverpool canal I believe. So this is all being cleared up, so so we got some bricklayers who'll come in and redo the walls, which have suffered over the years, especially the bullnose, which I'll show in a minute. We've got an awful lot of work done. Got one of the volunteers here, clearing up what's basically an old landslip and clearing all this old shrubbery out. And we've got all this dirt to shift, but it should be a very busy day today. So, I've been busy down by locks, dump trucks, all that. There's an awful lot of work going on behind me. Manny and Cliff, they've been putting in these fences. Probably the best people I know to put in fences, let's be honest here. We've got a little 1-ton dumper, helping move some of the coping stones to the top of the bridge and stuff like that. Unique to this canal, so we try to save as many as possible. And we've got some more volunteers going down cleaning stones. Got an awful lot of people coming in just today. There's an awful lot of people who have been coming in general recently, it's great. We've got all of them down there. We've got down at the locks. We've actually got something to show you that's popped up, a brilliant find. A general tidying up of the area. I better get out of the way in case that runs me over. So as you can see, I'm starting the colossal lock chamber, lock one on the flight. We name it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it's going down. I'm not sure what actual lock it is on the canal, because it's not numbered. But considering these have been buried for decades, they're in pretty good nick, but obviously the digger can't actually get in here and do the fine work. And we've got 3 of the volunteers, I'll show you now, currently having to go with the actual inset into the locks itself, but the digger just can't get in. So I'm going to join them. So, we have been working on this site now for a few hours. Well, it's nearing the end of the day actually. I'm stood currently in the colossal chamber that is the top lock. But we've just been digging down because I've been looking for something, and it is down here. We've found the original sluice for the canal, and that sluice is about 3 feet in diameter, and that's the water would have flowed when the gates were shut through there. There would have been a gate here, and around into the chamber itself to lift for the water to flow up for the boats. Now that's actually still there. It's been backfilled obviously, but it's remarkably empty considering. We're going to leave that as it is, and probably by the end of the day we'll stick some stuff on top, because it is admittedly dangerous to leave it open even though the site's secured off. But that's a brilliant find. It's actually still in place. There'll be a matching one on the other side, but we haven't dug it out yet. That's one of many things we found on site today. So let's show you around some of the work we've been doing, especially down at the locks. I am now stood in what would be originally lock 4 or 5. I'm not sure which. Maybe between both. Near a motorbike. So this has been dug out now about 2 feet down, so you can see the line of the locks. And further up, we've been digging out the pound. You saw the sluice. A colossal amount of work has been done today. It's staggering. Really is a lot. Currently having a tea break, but honestly there's been so much work done. There's been walls cleared, the locks have been excavated, bullnose has been finished, we've had the gully done, we've had fencing put up, fencing secured, we've had everything done today. It's been a really big push. Probably the most volunteers we've had this year really today. We've had about 20. It's brilliant. So I'm gonna film around now. I'll vanish off camera for a bit and film around the stuff. But we're nearing the end of the day. What a day it's been. What? No! So, I have neatly positioned the camera for a very good reason. There's a building right there. That is the lock house. Now, boaters on this canal, but let me put it simply, boaters on the canal, unlike nowadays, would never get off the boat in the locks. All locks are operated by a lock keeper, paid for by the canal company, not the canal society like us, canal company, because this of course was once a industrial pathway, one of the most important ones. But why am I bringing attention to the lock house? Because of this. We've been digging out that middle pound. Now, interestingly enough, up until very recently, we didn't know about if this was there, but it turns out it is. Here in my hand is the lock house. Tons of it. Not tons of it in my hand, I'm not that strong. We've had about a dozen blocks. We've only skimmed the surface, we're not going deep. A dozen blocks of the lock house, they're all in there. The entire house was demolished and dumped in the middle pound. So we're going to leave that in there until such a time we want to take it out, because we do want to rebuild that lock house. These aren't normal locks, they're something called staircase locks, which the gates are shared between the lock chambers, which means that ordinary boaters wouldn't know how to use them. They're very different to normal locks. But it's really good that we got the original stone, because we want to rebuild that house, and we don't want to put in a modern house, we're putting in a replica of the original. So we need as much original stone as possible. But yeah, it's been a very, very productive day today. Thanks to all the volunteers who have come down.
Did you like that?
Well, we're starting to wrap up now. It's been an amazing amount of work that's been done over the past 2 months. It's been 2 months, blimey.
An amazing amount of work has been done. And I thought I'd just show you some stuff. You know I'm sat in the cabin, so you know I'm showing you some of the stuff that we found over the course of the big dig. I'll start off with this one, it's all the way over here. I showed this earlier in the video, I know that, but bridge number, I'm not going to try and lift it up with two hands. I've pulled a finger. Not in the funny way. Bridge numbers that were ripped off the old Bolton Bridge because we are using the original numbering system, the proper way, rather than the way it was numbered wrong before, so I get to keep them. And then little things like these. This, I'm not sure what the official name of it is, but it went on a power pylon. And it's made in ceramic, and it prevents the wires from arcing on the actual power pylons. It's very old, so a little interesting find. Down to these things. Now, obviously there's been bottles. We actually found an old Hornby 00, little 00 gauge train toy, steam engine, which I've taken home, I've had that. But these are quite interesting. This, let's get my hands on one. Where is it? Got a pile of bricks in this cabin. This one, I'll bring it up to the camera. It's the wrong way round, I think. I'm not sure if it'll be the wrong way around the video. That is, no, it won't be the wrong way around. Darcy Lever, the Darcy Lever Mining Company. That is a Darcy Lever mining brick, which are colliery bricks made by the collieries, and we've got a few of them. One of the volunteers has taken one home. They just fell over on my foot, and we're going to get a pattern of them made so we can have new Darcy Lever bricks made. So we can, if we're building structures, we want to use original style bricks. Loads and loads of finds. It's been brilliant. We found an old lemonade bottle from the 60s with an original screw top that actually tightens up, which is amazing. Little things like that. In bones from long gone animals and stuff like that. We've dug out the locks. It's been an amazing day. I'll give you a tour around site in a minute. But it's such a busy day. It's brilliant. And there's still a lot to be done. But this work is coming to a close. So I'll give you a tour around site.
Well, this is a site. It's amazing, this site. So I'm stood right here at the top of the first lock. So let me show you just the amount of work that's been done over the past 2 months, and especially today. That massive pile behind me, that is all the spoil that's been moved here. We've been making that just so we can use that spoil for in the breach and all that, because we're going to need to tip something into the breach. And that's also been used for you know, dumping in case we need to get access to stuff, all of that. Round here, some of the volunteers, John, Wendy and a few of the others, they've had a cracking go at this wall. So now you can see where all the bricks were. Before that you could just see bramble and dirt. Now you can actually see the whole wall. So we can get the brickies in, we can get them repairing all the brickwork so we can get ready for the stone. Over here, even further, is this, the bullnose. Now where I'm stood right now would be stone. In fact there's one stone of it still left. And this bullnose is where the canal splits. You can see it's in appalling condition, but it's not beyond repair. We'll get some, all this plant life cleared off, get brickies in, repair that, and then stone face it with new blocks of stone. Over this way, we have Knob Bridge. That's actually what it's called. I didn't know that. With the original bridge number, beautifully there. We've had they come down who were jet washed the whole bridge, well, underneath the bridge and a wall further down. And of course, if you're looking back there, there's a fence. Yeah, nice fence. It's designed so we can't get bikers on here, but people can have a look round. This way. So we've got an awful lot of stone. Some of this stone is actually from the bullnose that we're going to put in. And if you go down to the locks over here, like I said, this site is so enormous. It's really, you can't comprehend on video just how massive this place is. But if you come down here, so we're in the chamber of the first lock, had a dig, and we found the original sluice. Right down here, in fact, if I stood here, you can hear an echo, is the sluice, and that's about 3 feet in diameter. You know, for a person to go through, and that's where the water would drain away when the lock was in operation. The water would drain through there into the chamber. Now, if we come along to the locks, so you got the locks here. This was dug out during the week by some of the volunteers. Now we can drive through here, and then down here. So we're underneath the Meccano Bridge, the world famous one itself, where all the bricks been rebuilt and all that. And we come along here. So the locks, well, these have been dug out to a good depth. Nice clean, stop the vegetation coming back up. And down here, this is where the boats would have been. Nice and smooth, so we can put grass or wildflowers on here to let it grow up. You mind? Anyway, so, head down. Ignore the dancing fools. We have the middle pound of the canal itself. In fact, we're now in the second lock. That just shows how big these are. It's quite a walk just walking these locks. We have down here both the diggers have been working hard, excavating the locks, and now here is the middle pound. So this is in between the two staircase locks. We have the pound. Now the pound is actually where the boats would wait. It's wide, and the lock house was here. In fact, when we've been digging out this pound, we found stone from the lock house that's been buried there. We put it nice in a secure location for the lock house so we can rebuild it at a future date. And down further, I'm not going to walk down there, it's a trek and a half. But even the bottom three locks have also been smoothed out so you can see where they would be. The brickwork that's still there has been exposed with some of the stonework. So, I think it's time now to end it off as what has been a spectacular work party. As you can see, lots of work has been done thanks to all the volunteers who came out. Record numbers of volunteers really, it's brilliant to see. We've had so many people stop by and say hello, lots of people asking how it's going, even some people signing on just today saying, I think I'll volunteer. It's been brilliant. So thank you very much for watching everybody. If you want more information about the canal, its restoration, its history, how to get involved, visit mbbcs.org.uk, links in the description. So's the Facebook page if you wanted to keep up on news, it's in the description as well. Thank you very much for watching. Let's have a look at some of the best pictures that we took throughout this weekend. Thank you.
And it's good night from him and good night from me.